Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, June 15th, 2015. I'm Billy the Achille, and I've arranged for you a editing of the Bethesda E3 2015 conference. It's all the Fallout stuff, Fallout only, so you'll get to see Todd Howard up there on stage talking about Fallout 4, showing new features, showing off the new Pip-Boy, stuff like the customization garage, things like that. And you'll also get to see a Todd Howard interview at the end, as well as some details on the release date and special edition. And just so you know, the release date is November 11th. So we will be seeing Fallout 4 at the end of this year, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to sit back and let this play out for you. I'm not going to interrupt anything, so like and subscribe. More Fallout coming. Have a good day.
The Elder Scrolls Legends will be free to play and available on PC and iPad later this year. We can't wait to share more details with you in the coming months. And whether you're a strategy card game fan like me, or an Elder Scrolls fan also like me, or neither, we think Legends is something you'll definitely want to check out. And with that, I am sorry to say that we have come to the end of our showcase. We did Doom, right? We did Battle Cry, and we did say something about that being here. My bad, I forgot. We do have one more presentation. It is from Bethesda Game Studios, and actually, we are all here because of this next game. Because about a year ago, I had the idea to do this showcase, and I went to this gentleman and I said, hey, instead of having to do a demo every hour, all 3 days of E3, what if I figured out a way for you to do just one demo? And he, of course, instantly said, yes, please. Now, I don't think he knew that he was getting, what he was getting into, that we would all end up being here, streaming this live all over the world, but hey, promise is a promise. He said he would do it. So here we all are, ready and waiting for his one demo of this E3. His studio creates games that have come to define open-world gaming, and they are currently the holders of 3 consecutive Video Game of the Years, with Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Oblivion, each a consensus Game of the Year winner. Those games in the studio have been led by someone who should need no introduction, but I'm giving him one anyway. Please give a warm welcome to the game director of Bethesda Game Studios and my very good friend, Todd Howard.
This is great. Look at this. You all came. This is amazing. I need to let me take this in. Holy crap. You know, when I first started at Bethesda 21 years ago, yes, believe it or not, there was no E3. There was none of this. You remember that? We had CES in Vegas, and the video games weren't even in the main building. They were in, like, an ancillary tent with the porn. It's not, I'm not kidding. Blizzard's booth was closer, for the record. But now look at us. Look at all of you here. Look at video games. Everybody online watching this. This is how you spend a quiet Sunday evening, I guess. And you do this because games are important to all of us here. And I think we can all agree that tonight starts a week with E3 that is the world's best week of entertainment ever. Because entertainment is an essential part of our lives, and games can do things that nothing else in entertainment can. They can transport you to new worlds. They can give you the true wonder of discovery, and often the pride of accomplishing something yourself in a game. It's a wonderful moment. And in the world of entertainment, there are very few things as good as Fallout. You know, we've worked on Fallout for over 10 years now, and we started designing this one actually right after Fallout 3 in 2009. We were busy with the Skyrim game, but for the last 4 years, we have been working very, very hard to create something really special, and we've done a lot, and tonight we are going to show you a lot. And it all starts with an obsession to detail. Our artists concept every button, every blinky light, not just on one terminal, on all of them. Because it's our belief that it's all of these small details coming together that form a much, much larger whole. And that last image is really important because one of the great things about Fallout is the world that existed before the bombs fell. And that is where our game starts. On a beautiful Saturday morning with the threat of nuclear war looming.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hon.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
And this is where you create your character, by simply selecting part of the face and sculpting.
Such a cute nose.
What do you think, hon? Beard or no beard?
We're going to speed up time here and show you just how easy and powerful this is to create all new characters by just sculpting and making changes wherever you want in the face. No series of sliders.
Hey, my turn, big guy.
And of course, you can play as a female. Whoever you leave the menu as is who you'll play. And this is an entirely dynamic system. It's the same system we use to create all of the game's NPCs. We even generate a baby based on the couple you make.
Ah, good morning, sir. Your coffee. 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Brewed to perfection.
Thanks, Kazuya.
Of course, sir.
Nuka-Cola. Ice cold. Sugar bombs. 100% daily value of sugar.
Vault-Tec is reporting a record number of reservations.
Good morning! Vault-Tec calling.
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about you, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will.
But there's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course. Minus your robot, naturally. In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information. Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
Mr. Howard, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down.
You heard Codsworth say my name. That isn't for the demo. We actually have recorded around 1,000 of the most popular names for him to say.
How are the two most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
Sir, Mom, you should come and see this. Confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Almost there. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Hold on!
Now, we're not going to be spoiling or talking about the game's story tonight, but you do survive and get lowered into the vault. Events transpire, but you then emerge 200 years later as the sole survivor of Vault 111. This is an enormous dynamic world where you can create any kind of character you want, go where you want, and do whatever you want. Player freedom remains our absolute #1 goal. This is running on a next-generation version of our creation engine, features full physical-based rendering, as well as dynamic volumetric lighting.
As I live and breathe. Mr. Howard, is that really you?
Codsworth? You're still here. So, other people could still be alive too.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
No. No, that's not possible. I wasn't out for that long.
That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack. You must be famished.
What? Food? Yeah, sure. I need a minute to think.
Then I'll be right back.
Even our dialogue is dynamic. It is not a mode you're locked into. You can play it in first person, you can play it in third person, you can walk away whenever you want, you can shoot him in the face if you want.
by yourself. You want to come with me, pal? Okay, then. Let's stick together.
Hey, head over there.
And yes, you can give the dog commands by simply pointing at things in the environment and activating them. It's all contextual.
Grab that.
Ready to get back out there?
It is from here that you'll explore the most ambitious and detailed game world that we have ever made, culminating in the massive ruins of downtown Boston. Thank you. Now to the cool stuff. This is a very old photo from the future, of course, of the invention of the very first Pip-Boy, which will become the world's greatest smartwatch due to its power and portability. And of course, we have a new one in Fallout 4. This is where you find it when you leave the vault. Now, you do spend a lot of time in our games looking at your stats, your items, and more, so we put a lot of emphasis on making this entertaining, but also making it come alive on the screen. Your various items. We do have a layered armor system now. There are holotapes you can listen to, and some of these are even game tapes. We like all kinds of games. Yeah, we just, the Pip-Boy is an important part of Fallout, and we love it so much. We made a real one. So this comes with our collector's edition. So it is the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy edition. And yes, you can put your phone in it. And yes, we made an app for it. So it works with the game, and yes, it's a second screen experience. And usually, I find second screen experiences, they're generally just stupid gimmicks. But like, as far as stupid gimmicks goes, I assure you it's the best fucking one I have ever seen. It is awesome. It is. It is. Here, I'm going to show it to you in action. It works. It actually works perfectly. It's the same code that we use on the Pip-Boy running on the app. Works on any platform on your local Wi-Fi, Xbox One, PS4, PC. Of course, if you don't get the Pip-Boy edition, it'll obviously still work on your smartphone or tablet. It's going to be iOS and Android, and it'll come out when the game comes out. But we've also done something else for your smartphone and your tablets. A totally new game. I know. We're busy. We do stuff. Back in 2007, we were making Fallout 3, and the iPhone came out, and we just fell in love with it. And we played games on it all the time. And we kept talking about making our own game for it, a separate game from what we would usually normally do. We had a lot of ideas. We kept coming back to this one that we felt would be perfect on a touch screen, and that would be no better anywhere else. So we decided to do it, and here it is. It is called Fallout Shelter. And in it, you get to make your own vault. And you are the overseer controlling everything. You control the people in the vault. It's your job to keep them productive and happy. This is inspired by games, the other games we love, going back 30 years to Little Computer People. You'll see inspirations, obviously, from XCOM, SimCity, FTL, things that we really, really like. Each dweller has full stats. They all level up. There are items. You can give them new outfits, weapons, which they'll need when you send them off into the wasteland. So they'll head off into the wasteland, and they'll have adventures and get stuff. This is actually inspired by an odd little RPG called Progress Quest. If you've never look it up, it's really cute. Resources are important, having the right balance of food, water, and power. There are lots of different rooms you can build, ones that give you resources. Some of them train people. They train your dwellers' stats. The bar, of course, trains charisma. Classroom does intelligence. There are children. More on that in a bit. And you do get rewarded with lunchboxes full of random loot. Accidents can happen, fires can break out, rat roach attacks, raiders can attack. And of course, the best way to get new dwellers is the old-fashioned way. That raises their happiness when they go in the room. And of course, as overseer, you get to name all the babies. And that is Fallout Shelter. Now, this game is going to be free, but don't worry, there are no paywall timers. You don't need an internet connection. You build something, it's instantly built. Again, no internet connection. You can play it wherever you want. We do let you buy more lunchboxes if you want more random loot, but the whole goal of this game was to do something we'd really want to play on our phones, something that made us smile and had more depth than other things we were seeing. But what's been especially exciting about this game is for us to finally work with some great folks at Apple. And what's even more exciting is that this game is coming out on the App Store tonight. So, yeah, no soft launch. It's going to start rolling worldwide after the showcase this evening. I hope you check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But we're not done talking about Fallout 4 yet. So back to the big one. We love building stuff in our games. And if you think about building and crafting, Fallout is kind of the perfect world to do all of that in. So like many things, we have gone completely overboard. And here's how it works in the game. We're allowing your character, while playing, to rebuild. And it works like this. You can scrap items in the world for materials and then use those materials to build the way you want. And one of the great things about having a fully dynamic game engine is all of this just works in real time. Rip it apart and build the way you want. Like the rest of the game, this is about making it your own experience. We want you to build and decorate and make yourself really a place you want to live in. A new home for yourself and your best friend, of course. As your settlement grows, people will arrive, including certain traders. They have some of the best items in the game. For these people, you can plant food, water, and even power generators. All right, so the generators will power things through switches that require power, lights and other items, and then you run wires that connect them all, and again, it just works. You can also build your own terminals that hook to this power grid, and then you can control the various things and tweak them that the power lines are connected to. This includes things like turrets, because you do want to build defenses because your settlements can and will get attacked by raiders. So it's fun to build up something yourself in the game that usually you'll find that we have built for you. And there are many large sites in the game world where we allow you to build. And you can even run Brahmin caravans between your settlements. Keep in mind, like most things we do, this is an optional part of the game that you can do if you want to. It's just one part of a huge game, but it's really great for Fallout. We just absolutely love this feature. And this crafting system carries over to other things in the world. So let's say you want to build this scope. And the game will tell you you need these components. And those components are found in all of the items in the world. So you could decide to build this scope out of these, say the microscope, a toy car, or these, duct tape, an alarm clock, and such. So we like to fill our worlds with thousands of items that you can interact with, and now all of them have purpose. And here's what it looks like in the game. We do have over 50 base weapons and over 700 modifications for those weapons. So you could take a basic, a laser pistol from Fallout, just one of the base weapons, and then modify that and turn it into something completely new. And you can even modify your own power armor. We've spent a lot of time on all the weapons and the armor because we have focused heavily from day one to make the combat in this game feel great. And feel great no matter how you played it. You want to play it full-on first person, you can play it in third person, or you can use VATS, which now gives you more control to slow down time and choose your shots. There's a lot of great things that this game does, but I tell you, you can be experiencing a quiet moment in the game with your dog, and the right song comes on your Pip-Boy, and the action breaks out, and you're reminded just how fun and special a Fallout game can be.
Ready to fuck some shit up?
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. Regular pint-size atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want it to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb, baby, loaded with power. Radioactive as TV's tower. A nuclear fission in her soul. Gloves with the electronic control. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want it to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb, baby, boy, she can start one of those chain reactions in my heart. A big explosion, big and loud, like a tree right up on a cloud. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb, baby, sweet as a plum, carries more water than uranium. When she kisses, there's no hitch. 0 hour, she turns on the switch. Atom bomb, baby, atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want it to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Baby, little atom bomb.
It's good to be back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This has been obviously a really special project for everybody in the team. Many of them are here in the house tonight. Can you guys wave? Give a big hand. Our fans really are the greatest in the world. I know many of you are here tonight, and I want to let you know just how important it is to us, and we know we have a responsibility to do this game right, and your love and support of Fallout have pushed us to make this our best work. And we really appreciate everybody's patience. We didn't say anything for years in this game while everybody waited. And we don't want you to wait too much longer. So we're happy to say Fallout 4 is coming out November 10th this year. Thanks again, everybody. We really hope you love the game. Thanks again.
Not that I should have to ask, but can I please get another round of applause for that man? That boy knows how to make a game and give a demo. Just a reminder, you don't need to wait to get your Fallout fix till this fall. Fallout Shelter will be available right after the showcase is over. You can find a direct link to it on our blog. We'll also be putting it out over all of our social media channels, so we hope you'll take a moment to download it and give it a try. We think you guys will like it. And now we really have come to the end of the show. You just got to look at what is coming from Bethesda in the next year, and there's still more to come from our other studios. We are always trying to push the boundaries of what players can expect from our games wherever they play them, and we think this lineup has something for everyone. From The Elder Scrolls to Fallout, from Doom to Dishonored, we hope these are the games that people will be talking about and playing for years to come. Before we wrap up, one more thing. We've created something special to commemorate our first showcase and to thank all of you for helping us make it such a big success. Take a look. Where is he? Come on out. It's okay. You can bring your friends out. Come on, guys. There they are. So you can pick up your set of figures on the way out tonight. I got to be honest, I feel like that's a mixed reaction. If you don't want it, it's fine. You can just leave it there. Now, for those of you at home on Twitch, do not despair. We did set aside some of these for you guys. We are going to be giving them away on the post-show with Adam and Morgan, so stay tuned to find out how you can win one of these. Also on the post-show, you'll get more details about everything you heard tonight, plus exclusive conversations and interviews with Marty, Todd, Rolf, and Harvey, so stay tuned. Okay. That's it, folks. We hope you enjoyed our first ever E3 showcase. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Next up, we have the long-awaited next installment in the Fallout series. We had an eye-opening look at it in the recently released trailer, but tonight Bethesda Game Studios revealed all. We saw so much that it would be difficult to cover everything, but here to help with some of the details is the game director, Todd Howard. Todd,
hello.
That was amazing. We're very excited. The fans are excited. Everybody's excited. I'm scrunching my cards with excitement.
There's a lot. We're excited. Everybody in the office is excited as well. It took, waiting for this moment to finally unveil the game. It was a really, really big thing for everybody in the team and us as a company.
Yes. How does it feel to finally go public with that? Are you relieved?
It feels really good.
Are you exhausted?
People say to you, like, so what are you working on? You're like, stuff. So it does feel good to be able to just even tell your friends. I will say the one that doing the mobile game, doing Shelter and then not having that leak in any way to finish it completely. Everyone in the company was walking around with it on their phones to test it and oh, we got to get this out and to do it and release a game and not have anybody know about it. It's really cool.
Someone's like, what are you playing? A tiny tower?
Yeah. It's far out Shelby. So,
terrible
I mean,
keeping
I've
secrets.
always been fascinated by what your team can accomplish. And I think, as you pointed out at the beginning of your presentation, that level of detail. I mean, what is sort of the mood of you and all of your team as you're making something as big and massive as a game like Skyrim, but you're also focused on details that are just so small in particular?
Well, we want to get transported in a world. So I think there are little details that you want to have, be there no matter what, that you can touch everything. And we kind of get in these debates as far as what's the gameplay there. But the more you can do that, the more you're suspending their disbelief that they are in this world. So when you do something crazy and have a death claw show up or these other things, you believe that as well. So we do obsess over the detail. And it goes back to our previous games and stuff, that I grew up on, like the Ultima games, and I can bake bread and do all those things. So having it be a believable place is very important to us.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since a Fallout game. A little while, as we kept getting reminded.
Yes.
By the fans. How has the technology changed in that time?
Well, clearly you have the next-gen consoles, and the PC can do a lot more now. And for the kind of things that we do, it's particularly the memory, actually. So having consoles with a lot more memory allows us to do big, dynamic things, and that's important to us.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of Fallout 4, it is Boston. There's nothing wrong with Boston. In fact, I have to say, one of the most common questions I was seeing on Twitter from me was to find out if every small town in Massachusetts was somehow being included in the game.
You can just mash them all together, right, into one town?
We mess with scale quite a bit. If you played Fallout 3 and you look at DC, you'll see that we do change scale up quite a bit to kind of fit what we want to do and change up the landscape.
But
yeah,
why
we don't like sitting on the 405. I don't want to sit on the 405 in a video game.
Even in the apocalypse, with all the cars removed, I don't want to do that. But I'm curious, was there a particular reason that you guys were drawn to Boston?
There were a number. We did some things in Fallout 3 that kind of reference it. And you look around where you want to place a game, something like Fallout, and the Boston kind of New England area has this good vibe of American history, but also like high-tech stuff. And so it's a good fit for Fallout.
Would you like a social media question?
Sure.
You're like,
do I?
bring it on. Do I?
I don't have to answer it.
But they're still going to win that wonderful set of figurines,
Oh, yes.
whether or not Todd is willing to answer this
I
question.
do not get a figurine.
Sorry, at Chauncey127, I think
Paul, I'll
Todd's
get
going to
one.
take your figurine. His question is, if you could choose a perk from Fallout to use in real life, what would you choose?
Mysterious stranger.
Okay.
You would? Yeah. No, I like that one.
Yeah.
Always
Who's that
having
guy?
a buddy.
He's my friend, Mysterious Stranger.
I happen to like that perk in the game a lot too, so that's a
It's a
tough
good one.
Unfortunately, I was going through all like the Fallout 4 perks in my head, and the ones I like, I don't want to reveal yet.
Yeah.
No, not that one, not that one. So
It's
we
going to
do
be a
have
challenging
a lot of
6
cool new
months ahead of you.
We'll be talking about that stuff later. I mean, we intentionally don't cover it here, and it's even in 30 minutes. It's tricky to give people a perspective on everything we're doing because, believe it or not, there is more.
I'm sure. But something that you did talk about, which I think got a big cheer from the audience, everybody was excited about, was the ability to create a settlement. This is something I'm personally excited about. I know that I'm going to spend my entire time making settlements. How important is that to the game? If somebody doesn't want to build, are they going to be punished for that?
They don't have to. We've always done kind of loose decorating and house building in our previous games where you just buy a pack and someone decorates it. We notice people taking all of their items and decorating on their own. And when you look at Fallout, doing something like that just fits. And so, those other games that do that, Minecraft and those kind of things, really inspire us. You'll see some of those inspiration on, looking at how people build these really complex machines just in Minecraft with some simple stuff. And we felt that we could do that in a really cool way with the world of Fallout and our tech allowing it.
And I think it kind of raises the level of where I could do interior decorating, which is sad mattress in the corner and some airplane chairs over there. That's kind of where my brain is. But what really is neat, and it fits with that and more that you showed, is how everything in the game has this new sense of value. You know,
Yeah.
you get all those objects, and you can break them down, and you can build so many objects out of it. Just from kind of a logistical perspective, I mean, how do you sort of account for how many things that can be made in the game and how many things can be turned into a component that can then be turned into something very fun and useful?
Our designers crunch a lot of numbers, so we can look at how that breaks down. But there's also this moment like what feels right. Some of that stuff, and you'll see it in the video, is perk gated. But having all of those things have value actually has changed the gameplay in ways we didn't expect. Like usually in our games, people might collect that stuff and it's all for selling, that's your main way of getting money. But now you realize, like when we're playing, if you find like, a lamp, that has good stuff, like don't sell the lamp. So you end up
hoarding, I believe.
You end up hoarding, but like it changes the balance of the game in a very interesting way, where you're not immediately, I'm going to take this and sell it, I'm going to take this and sell it, I'm going to take this and sell it, because you're looking at everything saying, I'm going to take this, do I want to sell it? It has a filament in it, and I need that for, what do I? And so it's got a nice tension just in the junk. Does that make sense?
Do you think that as a player you'll start to develop kind of an interesting taxonomy? That's something that in our present day that's a stupid lamp, but they were saying, oh, hold on, that's a lamp. I think if I get 4 more lamps, I'm gonna go on a lamp quest.
Yeah, there are these. We do have it's referenced in 3, the Giddy Up Buttercup. It's like a play robotic horse.
Yeah.
And it has tons of screws, which are really important. So whenever you see a Giddy Up Buttercup, like, jackpot for screws. I need screws to build this thing I want to build.
So we're going to go back to another social media. This is from number 4, all out.
That's an awesome.
It's a play on words and numbers all at the same time.
That's an awesome Twitter handle. I like that.
What things did Bethesda Game Studios learn from making Skyrim and Fallout 3 that they wanted to change and implement into Fallout 4? Because you guys are always in an iterative and ever-evolving process.
Well, I wouldn't say we're taking a specific feature. One of the things that we do, particularly given the success of Skyrim, you get a lot more, we'll call it data, on how people experience an open game. And so we don't ever want to give that up. We'll sacrifice certain things to make it completely open. Whereas in other games, they'll be open, but you can be, if you're on a quest or something, they'll shut down other things. And in our game, you can be on every quest at once. So I don't want to spoil anything, but one of the things I think that we've spent more time on is how does someone experience an open world and doing all these things, and how do we tell a really strong story along with that? So that's been something that I think we've made a lot of good inroads on that we'll talk about later.
Well, and the game is voiced. Your character is voiced.
Yeah,
that is something that we've not seen in either Elder Scrolls or Fallout. Was that a tough decision to make?
Yes and no. I mean, it's one of those things where if you look at stories being told really well in games, a lot of them have a voiced character. So it's like, if you weren't looking at what we did before, you would expect the character to be voiced. And our main kind of anxiety with doing a voiced character was finding the right voices. We have 2 great actors doing the male and the female, and they've been fabulous. And also how much time they had, because we didn't want that to hold back any of our writing. So each of them they've been recording stuff for the last 2 years. They've each recorded over 13,000 lines of dialogue. So it's a lot of time in the studio for an actor. And it's really come out great and allows us to do some storytelling and emotional moments that we quite couldn't hit before.
We have something fun over here that I'm going to sneak off camera magic.
You introduced it.
And grab it.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
So we just saw a picture of this in the actual showcase, but we get to sit here and play with it. I know, you guys.
Yeah. It's cool. Now, obviously, that's where your phone would go, and you had to have the second screen experience.
Right.
Obviously, you don't need this.
That's a temporary screen right now. But
right,
this is a fake little...
Imagine
and
that's
it
where
does
phones
have
are.
foam inserts, so it has foam inserts to really hold well all the popular smartphones. And
you could probably even make a phone insert.
I think it does come with one where you could, it's fairly easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a little stack of them.
Yeah.
It really came out great. It does light up too, like it has. Does that one do it?
I know. Let's see.
The power button.
Power button.
Yep. So it does have power. That power doesn't do anything to your phone. That's all for touch it. But it does, it lights up. It has a base too that's cool, so you can set it up. We wanted to make it really wearable. We know our fans like to, hey, you're going to wear it when you play the game.
Yeah.
The cosplay. So it has the straps inside. It doesn't, it's a very wearable smartwatch.
No, it's the smarter watch. I think that's how I'm going to start regarding it.
I
But
definitely
no,
liked in the video how you heard the sound of the Pip-Boy booting up. I feel like that's the sort of that old hard drive sound that I feel like people don't know what that is anymore.
And so this goes on sale with the special edition. I think
We're calling it the Pip-Boy edition. Yes.
the Pip-Boy edition. That's going to go on sale for pre-orders in a few days. Is that correct?
My understanding is it'll probably be up right away. We wanted to hold back the announcement for tonight, so I don't know. It takes a little time for retail to prop everything.
but
we don't want to tell them because they always leak it.
Yes,
so,
they do. You always see it on the Best Buy
we'd rather
website.
have a little delay and when you can buy it than hear about it beforehand.
But Shelter, that is available, I believe, right now.
Yeah, Apple was,
People
they're pressing
are
the
out
button.
there.
It takes a while for the servers to kind of, roll across the globe. So I honestly don't know it depends what server
You've
you're
been a little
connected to.
busy for the past couple of hours, I would
Well,
have to
it's the
say.
first time we've done it, so I don't know, how long does it take to be available where we are?
Yeah.
Is it in a half hour or is it in 3 hours? I
Well,
don't know.
it really is the cherry on one sort of marvelous Sunday that we've experienced throughout this entire evening. Todd, thank you so
Thank you guys
so
for
much
what?
for
I have to
joining
say,
us.
it is great seeing you two back doing this.
It's been
It's
fun.
really a lot of fun memories doing the show and just having you be a part of this. It's awesome.
Well, you know what? You're the guy we would do it for. So I
Thank you.
think it
Thank
all
you.
worked out very,
Thank you.
very well. All right, guys, that is it from the Bethesda E3 showcase at the Dolby Theater. I want to thank everyone at home and on Twitch for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you need your Fallout fix, you can actually download Fallout Shelter from the App Store right now.
And if you want to know all the news as it comes out, follow @BethBlog on Twitter to get more info on everything you saw here tonight.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
All right, good night. Bye-bye.